doing an election degree in Huddersfield in September. Or the end of September, and then I'm just going to work and then do football. I'm going to have to go over there and do this music. Can you come over here? So I'm going to start moving over in a bit anyway. They're all stood out there. I'll come back in a bit, John. See you in a minute. They walk out to watch them together. We've got to put it on the orc.
Good afternoon and welcome to LUTV's coverage this Sunday afternoon, and the two teams on their way out at the So Track Stadium. It is Leeds United Women versus Middlesbrough Women this afternoon, as two teams look to try and build on their positive starts. Borough third in the table after winning both of their matches, Leeds winning 2 from 3 in what will be hopefully an entertaining encounter. Leeds were in action in midweek as they beat Stockport by 4-0. We will hope for more of the same. So the two teams just going through their respective handshakes and pre-match introductions. Myself, Tom Hill and Jodie Hunter will bring you all the action this afternoon as we can go through the two teams now. And Leeds United Women will have Jen Handy in goal. It is then Rebecca Bassett at right back, Catherine Hamill, Bridie Hannon, Olivia Smart, Sarah Danby, Catherine Smith, and then it is Daniel Witham in midfield. It should be a three-pronged attack of Amy Woodruff, Macy Ellis, Laura Bart. At the bench is Izzy Elliott, Leonie Price, Savannah Robson, Grace Pomfrey and Kanisha Underdown. As for Middlesbrough Women, it is Dunn, Robson, Bartlett, Robson and Newton, Laverick, Ward, Marshall, Met, Dawson, Maxwell, Foster, Ormerod, Haaland and Surgensen. So we hope that the team in white get the job done, and every chance, Jodie, we're going to have a good game today, because Middlesbrough have started on the front foot. It's Barnsley, Newcastle, Borough and then Leeds, so we're expecting a decent battle here.
Yeah, obviously they've come from the league above. There's always been a good rivalry between the two teams whenever we've faced each other in the past, so it'll be good to see them today. Obviously both teams coming from a win, looking to get 3 points today, so it'll be good to watch. Yeah,
Leeds just having their pre-match photo taken now, so it is hopefully confidence high within the camp. Only defeat coming against Barnsley, which was a 2-0 scoreline. Borough have beaten Bradford and Chorley. Without disrespecting those two teams, they are at the bottom of the table. So interesting yardstick, Jodie, because this will be we'd like to think, the toughest test that Middlesbrough have faced.
Yeah, hopefully. It's be good to see them both. Obviously, they've seen each other in the past, know what each team's about. So hopefully Leeds can continue the win from Wednesday and show them that we're here to contend for the title.
Yeah, the pre-match huddle now taking place. Leeds United with the victory in midweek. Abby Brown grabbing 2 goals. Laura Bart up with a header, which was a well-taken goal. A lot of good teamwork. You watched the game, Jodie, as well, and it was a pretty convincing performance. Great teamwork, worked very hard. It seemed to flow quite nicely against Stockport, who were trying to come in and upset Leeds. They're 10th in the table and it's a very dominant display.
Yeah, they definitely worked the ball well throughout the whole team. I thought they played through the midfield very well, and obviously a newcomer, Daniel Witham, with the assists of the day. I think she shone, and she made a brilliant start for us at Leeds so far.
Yeah, so she will sit, we believe, in the middle of midfield, as Rebecca Bass will just go through the traditional captain's job of the coin toss, and we will wait to see which side they choose. Leeds will normally try and go from right to left, as the camera point is facing Rebecca Bass does ensure that will be the case. So the pre-match huddle continues without the skipper, and I'm sure she'll be the one that will continue to take charge. And it is, as we say, the 4th game of Leeds United Women's campaign. Got to start on the front foot, try and rack up those wins. And we were discussing beforehand, Jodie, about who was impressed, and not only in the team but in the league. And Barnsley setting the standard. Expected that Newcastle will be the team that are right at the top, but Leeds need to be winning these sort of fixtures if they're to prove that you and the rest of the team are the real deal. And there's every chance after last season there's a momentum and progression to do that.
Yeah, I think we just need to keep that consistency up, and obviously see games out that we were speaking about beforehand. You know, get those clean sheets and put the game to bed early like we did on Wednesday night.
So Laura Bartup gets ready for proceedings. She will take the kick-off. Amy Woodruff will play left-hand side of the front three, the number 21 jersey, and Macy Ellis on the opposite side. So finally underway, just 3 or 4 minutes after the scheduled kick-off time, as Hamill goes wide to Bass, and the ball down the line misplaced, and Mills will get a throw early doors in proceedings. over the head of Bass, flicked on by Borough. Bass will go back for a second attempt and gets there. Smith wide and looking for Ellis, and the pace of Maisie Ellis keeps it inside. Smith takes charge and tries to skip away. Catherine Smith runs into trouble, but will try and fight back. Nearly gets to it.
Yeah, I thought she did tremendous on Wednesday night. Just keep that work rate up, and obviously winning the ball back wherever she could. I thought she did brilliantly pressing from the front.
Yeah, she was, I thought, one of the most consistent players toward the end of last season. Really kicked on in the team. Was a massive part of that midfield towards the end, and a bit of a mainstay in the middle of the park now for Leeds United Women as Borough come forward with Bartup, and it's out towards Witham, who can't keep that ball under control. Borough taking their time in possession and going back to the centre of defence. Now it's out wide for Robson. That is Hannah Robson, and across to number 5, which is Brooke Newton, who goes to the goalkeeper Kaylee Dunn. It's a tame clearance. Leeds head it back down the line, a minute and a half gone. Leeds Women coming forward. Smart with the up and under. She's wearing a headband today. Told she had a nasty clash of heads, and patched up and raring to go.
Yeah, she was in training on Thursday night just to see how she would do, and she had her all glued up. But obviously she's good to go. She said she needed to get the head stitched up and bandaged, ready to play.
Yeah, it's some of the sort of full-backs Leeds have got this season. There were the 2 members there last year, and tough as they come, Rebecca Bass as well, as she has to concede a throw, with Borough pushing further up the pitch. Expected to be taken by Sarah Bartlett in the number 12 jersey.
It'd be good to see how Bass plays against her former teammates.
Yeah, she's normally fired up regardless, so we expect to see her even more in the thick of things as Borough come forward. Hamill will get the ball away inside the first 2.5 minutes. Bartup's header. Witham's telling the teammates where she's going to try and play this ball. She'll carry it across the park out to Woodruff. Good crisp first touch, and now she can go forward looking for Bartup. It's behind her into midfield where Danby was stood, and now Borough coming forward on the right hand side. It is into the feet of Jess Met. Alice getting back. Bartup pretty much on her own at the moment up front, and very little to split these 2 teams as the offside flag goes up. So still Leeds 0, Middlesbrough 0, and a pretty tense, no real action, Jodie. 2 teams that are not really willing to give either any real momentum, any space. It's the sort of battle I think we expected, really.
Yeah, hopefully we can take from this set piece and just keep the ball, try get the ball around to different players and move the ball around.
Yeah, try and get a touch for each of those midfielders. Bass goes around the side of the Middlesbrough player to Ellis, forward to Bartup, who first touch wasn't the best. She wins a free kick, and Middlesbrough feel a little bit aggrieved. And didn't get a touch of the ball, the midfield for Borough, but I can understand why they might have been a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, I think obviously a touch kind of put her off, and she thought, I'll just kind of stand my ground, and she obviously won the free kick. Smart play.
Yeah, Brady Hannon will go across to take the set piece in the 12 jersey for Leeds. She puts plenty of power on the ball. It was towards Bartup, who heads towards goal. It's over the top from her. Woodruff was chasing, and it is behind for a Borough goal kick. And Woodruff, one of the many new recruits throughout the season last year.
Felt Laura trying to reenact a goal from Wednesday night there.
Yeah, very similar. Mentioned in the commentary it was a muted celebration for Laura Bartup's standards. But a good header. Always good to get the confidence level. We know she can score a fantastic amount of goals at this level. As it's fired forward, and the free kick is going to go Leeds' way. I think if that whistle hadn't have gone, Ellis could have chased after that. And I'm not sure if Witham was intending to play that ball, but we'll say she was. And it was a good pass.
Yeah, I think if Macy had got on the end of that, there would have been no defender near her with the pace that she has.
Ball out wide towards Woodruff, who gets to it. Referee lets the play go early. Ball in. Woodruff goes for goal, and it's the heading from Bartup and with them in the box. Both players, Woodruff was whipping in towards the far post. It was a really good delivery into the area. Referee, after a while, just let the play go quickly. He seemed to be caught off guard by how quickly the ball played over the top. I think it caught most of the Middlesbrough defence as well, Jodie, where that ball was going. And Woodruff's pass, it was in fact Witham that went for it rather than Bartup. And Leeds United Women in a really good position. And I like the quick thinking. Caught the referee off guard, caught the opponent off guard. Sadly, it didn't work in our favour for a goal.
Yeah, I think that's something that we've worked on from last season. Obviously,
break off. Sorry, Jodie. As Alice comes forward into Woodruff, into Bartup. Bartup trying to barge her way forward towards Woodruff. Again, who's going to go for goal, and it's over the top. Free kick's going to be given. Sorry for having to butt in there, Jodie. It was 2 chances back to back.
Yeah, obviously no time to speak there. I think Laura's a bit unsure why free kick's against her, but we'll see it here again.
Danielle drop round, she commits good areas.
Yeah, it was a quick take on 1-2. I mean, I didn't see much. I think it's the second one perhaps. They didn't see too much in the first incident with just a bit of a coming together. But referee suggesting that the Borough player was fouled. So Smart looks forward for Woodruff, just the wrong side. That if that had gone to Woodruff's left, she could have been in towards goal. But Olivia Smart just did her best to prod it into the path of her forward in front of her.
Yeah, you can see the Middlesbrough defenders obviously under a bit of pressure there.
Too deep, right.
Borough on the attack. It is with the number 11, Jess Dawson. It's one of her first touches in the game. She plenty of power and pace as Smith goes over the top early looking for Woodruff, who's had plenty of service inside the first few minutes. I mean, Woodruff will turn and twist her way into possession. Smart's there on the overlapping run. Leeds moving forward here. Smart loops across to the far post towards Bartup. Keeper flaps and just about pods it away. The flag is up anyway. And while I say it was a flap from Kelly Dunn, the touch, had it been onside, would have taken it away from Bartup and Borough would have got away with it. But with 7.5 minutes in, Jodie is goalless and Leeds are growing into this game.
Yeah, they're definitely making the Middlesbrough defenders look uneasy there. You can see they're obviously frustrated with what's happening right now.
Look where it is, it's off the floor, so we can start on the halfway line. Woody go, ready Woody?
Free kick to come.
Danielle, all day, just put it back in from these ugly bits.
Cleared away by Witham in midfield. It's towards Danby, who hasn't had that much to do in this game, or should I say that much to do, she's not had that much service. Can't get to that ball as now Bass has got to be quick to get back and try and stop Dawson from getting to it. Bass looks to have a hands full today with that battle on that left hand side. She does deal with it and clears for a throw.
It seems like Middlesbrough trying to go down the outlet, but obviously she's making sure that's not happening right now for Middlesbrough. She's doing a great job.
16 cards coming up to you, Sarah. Ready to pass her on, Bridie. Tell her.
Borough to take the latest throw. It's going to be flicked back. Good block from Ellis, who had a fine performance on Wednesday. Another Borough throw to come. Plenty of power on this one again. It's cleared by Hamill, only towards the edge of the box, so Witham will get to it. Both Leeds players nearby, Hamill and Witham, ask for the throw. They get it. And now Catherine Hamill will go across to take the latest throw in for Leeds United. Having to take these as Rebecca Bass still has the hand strapping. Hamill towards Bartup, who heads it back into a dangerous area for Leeds to defend, but Danby mops up, takes control, and it's now out towards Hannon, who will play the ball out wide. It's a good intended target. The conditions will not help Olivia Smart. Once she let that ball bounce, the conditions were always going to go against it. But that's what we know Bridie Hannon, Jodie likes to do, play those crossfield balls, stretch the play, and I thought it was a good pass, just a little bit a rare misread from Olivia Smart.
Yeah, it was a great idea from Bridie Hannon. Obviously we know she's capable of those long passes, like you say. Just seemed to run away just a bit too much there for Olivia Smart.
Yeah, ball forward, and it's in towards Smith. Now into Danby. Danby gets out-muscled on that occasion. Borough get back on the ball, but they go back to the centre half. Bartup tries to put the pressure on. The pressure tells. It's a ball straight out of play for Olivia Smart to take a throw.
Yeah, I think that's something they've been working on, obviously keeping the The players obviously going down one side, cutting the other side off the outlet. And Laura Bartok did brilliant there with the pressure.
Yeah, Bass poked the ball back. Forward it goes from Hamill. Cleared away by Borough, but Ellis is going to try and get to her. She's got work to do here, and she does really well to find Bartup, and now she's trying to return the favour. Bartup going for goal, second time of asking, she's just thrashed at it and hoped to turn it goalwards, and it's a poor effort from Lara Bartup, and it will be behind for a goal kick, but the combination working pretty effectively. Quick fire 1-2, Jodie, and there's just not an awful lot to smile about for either side. They're just cancelling each other out at the moment.
Yeah, I think Macy Ellis wanted that return ball there. Obviously she's working hard, supporting Laura. It would have been good to see her just have passed into the feet of her.
Goal kick to come. Leeds get the ball away. When the second header with Smith, referee has to show that elusive footwork of his to try and move out of the way, but sadly for Leeds it cannot be kept in. 11.5 minutes gone at the Sotrac Stadium.
Let's have a look where we start.
I think we've seen quite a bit of the ball kind of passed over a longer distance than shorter at the moment. If we can try and get the ball down and use the players around us, we might be able to work the Middlesbrough defence out of the way.
That's normally Sarah Danby's game, isn't it? Get the ball down, play the passes, grow through the midfield. The same with for Catherine Smith, Jodie.
Yeah, just doesn't seem to be working right now. The ball seems to be bouncing a lot more than passes.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a different style of play from Rick Passmore's team today if they're going to have to grind this out, or it certainly appeals that way in the first few moments as Bass goes long forward looking for Woodruff or Bartup. Neither player expecting the pass to come with that much power. 12.5 minutes gone, still goalless between the two teams. Borough, as we say, unbeaten, 100% record this season, although they have beaten two teams at the wrong end of the table. Leeds were beaten by league leaders Barnsley, but they have managed to overcome Hull City and Stockport as well. As Danby gets back, Hannon goes for territory this time looking for Woodruff, and it is cleared away. Neither side have got into any form of rhythm. Very similar sort of tactics to go down the flanks, mainly for Leeds down the left. And the same for Borough as they go that way once more, as Bass comes flying across, tries to get to the number 11 Dawson, does, but only slows her down, and then she picks up the loose pass from the Middlesbrough winger up to Bartup, who needs to get this ball to stick, and she does. It's a great turn from Laura Bartup, and she goes wide, and the pass is poor to Woodruff. She does the hard bit easily, and the easier bit she cannot do. That was a real shame, because that was probably the best bit of play Leeds have had up to the feet of Laura Bartup, where normally she's very good at bringing it under control and playing teammates out.
Yeah, definitely, and we've got a lot of support this season, especially with the pace from Macy Ellis and obviously Emma Woodruff as such an attacking player. I thought as well with the run of play, she obviously was going to play it to Macy Ellis, who seemed to be through with a lot of space in front of her, but she obviously went for the switch to Amy Woodruff. It just didn't come off.
Yeah, Laura Bartup just had a nudge in the back there, which I don't think she appreciated the challenge. Hamill to Danby, who brings it under control. There is that shorter range of passing into Woodruff. She wants it back, and Woodruff will go and work it out towards Danby, who has to get there. She's on the stronger left foot, and now she'll try and take it past Borough's defence. She just shows too much and apologises, but I think that once she was marked by the number 19 Hannah Robson for Borough, and she took it down the left, I think she had to back herself. She'd apologised, but she started the move. Had every opportunity to try and get the chance to continue it, and I don't think she should be as harsh on herself, Jodie.
No, we've seen her in that position plenty of times, and obviously she's put a quality cross in, so you would obviously back her to do the same thing.
Yeah, Smith gets back to stop an easier pass. Dawson into the middle of the park. It's intercepted by Hannon, who took her a couple of times to get it under control, but then she eventually sets herself and plays it forward. Bartup racing across. Alice will try and get in behind. Borough go back to the keeper. Alice gives up the chase back and the fight. As Borough's goalkeeper Dunn gives the ball away. Smart to Woodruff. It's just not able to be brought under control from the Leeds left midfielder. And back to Hannon once more. The one thing that we have not had to say is Jen Handy's name again in 15 minutes, which we haven't had much action. Isn't the greatest watch so far, but that is a very big positive for Leeds United's women so far, that the keeper's done absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and that's how the way we want to keep it as well. Obviously we've seen quite a bit of the Middlesbrough keeper.
Yeah, barely had to see it, and I'm sure she'll want to do something at one point, but from a biased perspective, teamwork as well, she will hope that she has very little to do. It will mean that she's had a good day at the office and those in front of her as well, and we hope that we've not cursed her for eventually her first touch. 16 minutes gone, and yet to come. As Witham misplaces the ball, she was going to, I think, swing the leg there and realised she would have given away a free kick, so Smith has to dig in. Samina Laverick is the player that turns away from her, and it's fired out to the right hand side. It just clips the number 7, which was Jess Met, and out of play for a Leeds throw, which Olivia Smart will take. But both Borough wingers are pretty tall, quite pacey so far in the early stages, Met and Dawson. Dawson looks to be one of the more technical players in that front three so far for Borough, as Bartup gets hold of possession down the line for Smart, which is one of her main strengths, is to use that pace of hers over the top to Woodruff. Great ball, and Woodruff just turns away. She's still in possession. Bartup in behind. Woodruff tried to go for that sort of no-look pass. Everyone may be expecting it to go to Ellis, who I'm not sure was onside, and Jodie alongside me with a little lurch forward, almost just that natural reaction when you expect the ball to go through. I thought it was going to be squeezed in, and we might have a first chance on goal.
Yeah, it looked like that inch perfect pass through the defence, but obviously she just cut it out there, unfortunately. Get some great play.
Yeah, out wide there's been a bit of joy for Leeds, but that was a more direct ball for Olivia Smart. It was better in terms of the weight of it as Hamill goes forward. Smith can't get to it, neither can the two Borough players in close proximity. The ball back, Woodruff trying to get there, the goalkeeper does enough. It's better from Leeds. Ellis looking for Bartup. Bartup sees the keeper off the line. It's the up and under, it's high, it's hanging, and the keeper deals with it. Kayleigh Dunn and make sure that any sign of excitement for Leeds is cancelled. But Leeds are starting to take, I want to say control, but they're getting more of the ball in good areas, winning it back higher, just starting to win the arm wrestle a little bit.
Yeah, I think obviously we see more of the ball like there. Daniel Witham just going back to Bridie Hannon, keeping the ball, obviously resetting, and seeing if he can work the ball and the defenders out the way.
Yeah, forward. Smith tries to go in behind, and now the chase is on. Ellis's pace is so quick, she gets in behind across the face. Woodruff, it'll fall to Bartup. She has to go to it, she goes to ground, penalty Leeds. And the pace of Macy Ellis has caused absolute carnage for the back defence of that Borough team. They couldn't keep up. She gets the ball across the face, and Bartup gets there just before the lunging challenge from Brooke Newton, and the referee has no opportunity at all to give it in Borough's favour. It's a spot kick. There is no contact whatsoever, and Newton and her body language tells you the tale, Jodie.
Yeah, it's lightning pace from Macy Ellis again. We know she's got that, and then obviously Laura very technical in the box.
The chance and taken, and Laura Bartup from the spot wastes no opportunity, and we know, as you say, technically gifted in the box, predator like, and she knows how to find the back of the net. It took a little while that start of the season, but she's up and running in midweek, and now a first goal in this game. Fine finish into that far corner, and Laura Bartup puts Leeds in front. And just as we get to the halfway point of this first half.
Yeah, it's a great finish. Obviously, her feet in the box ensures that she's got the foul drawn against her, and then you back her all the time for a penalty like that.
The keeper barely moved. Stayed pretty rooted to the spot, which suggests the power of the kick from Laura Bartup. So Leeds United 1-0 up here against Middlesbrough. Olivia Smart goes long with the threat towards Bartup, who needs more of a helping hand than that. Ellis is racing across, and she covers so much ground. And that was the point I made to you, Jodie. It's our first game together this season, and I said that was the main difference for what I noticed from midweek, just how much of an injection of pace her and Daniel Witham have brought to the team, and without a doubt the quickest player in this starting 11 for Leeds today.
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously one of the major strengths of ours now going forward. Obviously being able to put the ball in that area on the right wing for her to just ensure she gets there every time. I don't think there's many defenders, if any, that's going to match her for pace this season in that area.
Yeah, there was a shot coming in from Witham just as Jodie was chatting there. Still just a 1-0, and she apologises to those in midfield alongside her, but it sat up nicely. There was space to shoot. I don't think you'd have found many other midfielders passing the ball. As Smith goes down the line, she just chests it into the path of Ellis, who gives away a throw. She's a bit disappointed at the decision to go against her. Dawson holding possession. Smith races across to make sure it's not an easier ball down the line. Taking the throw in. Sorry about that. Looking for an option. Missed by Ellis and hits the legs of the Borough midfielder. Eve Marshall unable to watch it come over the head of Ellis, and we are halfway through this first half at the Sotrac Stadium. Leeds United Women 1, Middlesbrough 0. Bart up to Hamill. Hamill goes long down the line, and it's a misplaced pass, and she's got to try and ensure, Jodie, now for 10-15 minutes and beyond to half time that there's no let up. We don't have to see any more defending from Leeds. It's a case of keeping things tight and going for a second. As Smith tries to play it across towards Woodruff, it will be a pass that works, and now Amy Woodruff can go for goal perhaps. She turns inside, she uses a decoy runner, shot comes in. On target, not the most venomous strike, but an opportunity that she took, and that's not the worst effort from there.
Yeah, I think the run across from Olivia Smart obviously just gave her that option to come inside and shoot. I think it's brilliant support play. Just takes the defender away.
Yeah, it's a run that is made that maybe not a lot of people will appreciate. Amy Woodruff certainly will.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to do as well, coming from a left back or right back position.
Yeah, the coaching staff giving out instructions. Rick Passmore, as we can see, just entering his technical area, orchestrating the midfield and the defence to make sure there's no let up in this scoreline for Leeds, and they can keep this cushion at a minimum. Hannon to Danby. Danby turns, looks all the time for a pass, takes her time, just what she needed. Woodruff, Bartok was trying to stay on side, she sets off a bit early. The pass is far too heavy anyway, and I think Amy Woodruff thought that Macy Ellis was in front of her.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a bit of pace on either side for Macy Ellis. I mean, she does do well to cover the pitch at the front there.
And Laura Bartop's not slow. It's a really good back heel towards Ellis. Here is Woodruff. Leeds flying forward. She'll play it back inside to Ellis, and the flag is going to deny them. Leeds United racing through the heart of that Borough defence. Really good play, carving them open. Just one pass too many, but all started from that flick from Laura Bartop.
Yeah, it's her dropping deep and obviously not being selfish, kind of playing other players in, working for each other. It's just growing in confidence, those three, as the game goes on.
Sorry to put in the joke. Macy Ellis was asking that pass a little earlier than it came, and Woodruff just didn't have it under control and hadn't set herself. Now Bartop trying to get onto the end of the pass from Smart. It needed to be in front of her. It was just slightly behind. We're just seeing little instances of Leeds creating some good opportunities. Just that final ball that's not going to plan. Important that the team don't get too frustrated.
Yeah, I think obviously there's a lot of time for these new players to kind of embed themselves in the squad and obviously get to know each other as they play.
Hamill forward, she was looking for Ellis. It'll be Bartok that gets there, and now she'll try and turn the ball inside to Ellis. And the first touch a bit too close for Borough defence. Second time around she might get to it, and the keeper saves Borough once more. Bartok takes it past it, now to the edge of the box. Here comes Witham on the attack, and she's just unable to take it under control. It bobbled right at the wrong moment for Daniel Witham, and she's frustrated. You can see why, and that is an opportunity that Leeds will feel they really should have at least hit the target, Jodie.
Yeah, I think obviously Daniel Witham's disappointed in herself there, but she's popping up in those areas. She had 3 chances now. Here's a great one. She's got lots of space. Maybe if the ball was cut back a little bit, you know, she'd have a bit more time on the ball to target a shot. She's a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, it was a bobbling ball. So it wasn't the easiest to do. You know, hindsight for us, it's very easy to sit here and say what she could have done She might have gone with the right foot to get a bit more control on it, but end of the day, the positioning was perfect. The communication was even better. You could see her screaming for the ball to get it from Bartup, and Leeds really are starting to register more and more attacks as Bartup tries to hold the ball up. Her pass is way behind the intended target. She will at least cut the angle off for the next ball. As Borough come forward, it's floated up and high into the air. Hamill heads away. Now Smart's got to do the same, and she does get in the way of it. Now Hamill coming across. Rebecca Bass has got to get out there to try and stop Dawson. She was set off on her way, and Rebecca Bass just gets to the Middlesbrough player, and it's in the back. I was thinking we've done quite well to see Leeds get away with that just because of the angle that she was in. The contact wasn't the strongest for Rebecca Bass's perspective, but the referee can only see one thing: it's from behind. Do we agree with that, Jodie?
I think if she makes contact a little bit lower, maybe on the hip, you're probably not going to get a free kick on you there. Obviously it was just a little bit higher in the back, so I think it's easier for the referee to call it against.
It's a first real opportunity for Borough to get a goal, as they're lining up a free kick.
Got quite a few tall players as well.
It's the likes of Dawson Met that are the 2 in 11 and 7 judges that are near the edge of the 6-yard box and penalty spot. Nearby is Brooke Newton, who gave away the penalty. Borough swing the ball in towards the far post and headed behind, and it was the number 4 Simona Laverick that nearly got to it. A really good delivery, thumbs up from the Borough skipper.
It's just something to be aware of, that threat at the back. But Daniel Witham uses her body to get in the way there.
I want to say Daniel Witham nearly headbutted the post. Yeah, it's putting her body on the line for that Leeds United shirt this afternoon. Does well to get out of the way, keep the score at 1-0 as Bass gives Hamill the shot that she's got plenty of time. Danby will get to it, and it's towards Bartup. Bartup heads it up into the air, and Borough straight back down the throat of this Leeds defence. Bass only tries to turn it away. The Borough player slips as Danby gets across. The Borough attack still going with Dawson. Dawson's trying to get it out towards the left hand side. She swings the ball, and it's blocked by Rebecca Bass. It's a good battle that between those two. Dawson appears to be the technical threat for Borough today, but so far Rebecca Bass has kept her at bay.
Yeah, I think if she's cancelling her out, obviously her confidence isn't growing, and Middlesbrough have to look for another outlet going forward.
It will be Eve Marshall to take this Borough corner when they get a new ball at the Sotrac Stadium. Half an hour gone. And it's Leeds United that lead. If you're just joining us here on LUTV, it was Laura Bartup's goal from the penalty spot. She was fouled in the area. That timed at 19 minutes. Towards the edge of the goalkeeper again, right on the spot of that 6-yard line. Even closer on the goal line, and it's thumped clear by Hamby, who that's the first real touch he's had as Jess Handy. She deals with it. She was pretty evident she's happy to get the ball at her feet and play it out from the back, and that time showing good commanding area presence as Borough take a throw in towards Woodruff and Smart. Danby takes it under control now to Hannon. Hannon clears it, albeit deflected off a Borough player, now to Smith, who goes to Bass. I'll say that's a very intended 1-2, but not sure how much direction Bass was putting on that, out towards Ellis. Leeds will get some territory, but they will concede a throw. Best moment in the match really for Borough, albeit only a couple of crosses, but we can maybe see what we're going to see for the rest of this game. If they give away a set piece, Leeds, the delivery has been good so far.
Yeah, obviously they've got those target players. I saw 2 different setups there for the corner, so it's just something to be aware of.
Yeah, Rebecca Bass has come off a little second best there. She flew it. I thought she slipped rather than a foul, but it's the Borough contact to the head or the upper body that's been punished, and it's going to be a sore one. It'll certainly take the stuffing out of Rebecca Bass, who, as we know, is one tough cookie. But to see her down suggests it's a painful one. And Bridie Hannon will now tell her to move out of the way, give her that breather, and ensure that she is able to get her breath back, take her time. 15 minutes to go, and so far this game been really well managed by the home side.
Yeah, I think obviously, given the two corners we just had, Leeds have had all the possession, especially once it was settled, and obviously Laura Bartop's goal came.
Ball forward. Wytham's going to chase this. The Borough player will know she's in a real foot race, and she will get there first. Shoulder barge. Wytham takes it past right. Tremendous skill. Now into the penalty area. Wytham puts it across the box to Woodruff. She will be unlucky there. As now the two players come together, they're going to say Wytham has fouled the Borough player. She instead thinks she was fouled in the build-up. And you could hear Jodie alongside me. It just looked a painful one, and one of those where you sort of squint before it comes because you can see what's about to happen.
Yeah, I think she got a push on the defender there into the other defender, which seemed very painful, but she got up like nothing happened.
Olivia Smart gives her a quick high five to check she's okay.
We're going to win the header. Danielle, drop a bit deeper.
I think Smart has spoken out of turn. She wants an explanation as to why it's not a decision going Leeds' way.
Girls.
And the referee is just trying to ensure that the players know who's in charge.
Yeah, obviously it's a tough one. If he's seen something different, he's obviously going to call it.
It's a pretty stern telling off for Olivia Smart, so whatever she said is certainly disgruntled today's official, and it's a case of moving on. He's made his point. And the referee Charlie Ford taking no nonsense from Olivia Smart.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's in charge of the game, and obviously he's backing his own decisions.
Smith heads out for a Borough throw-in. Leeds 1, Middlesbrough 0 as it's headed down the line. Or it was heading down the line, should I say. It was flicked off the shoulder, I think, of the Borough forward.
Yeah, it seemed like it close to the arm there.
Woodruff back to Hamill, who's got plenty of time to Hannon. Two centre-backs who have been mainstays in this team for Leeds United Women go away down the right-hand side. Hamill again will try and carry it forward. She's looking more and more for a pass down the line. It's a really good one into the feet of Ellis. Now with Wytham, who will look down the left wing. She'll carry it a bit further. That's just what she needed to do as well. Now trying to squeeze it through in behind towards Woodruff. It is poked clear. Bartop. Ellis is out on the far side. Offside flag denies Leeds again. And it's a similar situation, Jodie. So much promise. Either a poor ball or an offside flag is denying Leeds, but again, just that little injection of pace from Danielle Wytham has put Borough backwards and pedalling towards their own box.
Yeah, it's great to see, obviously being able to carry the ball through the middle of the park and find a pass, just to try and keep our players on side and see if something can come of it.
Fridays, Kathy Hamill can have the 9 and drop Kath off. Bass, drop! Bass, give yourself a yard!
Throwing down the line, Borough flick the ball on.
Go on!
To Bartlett. Pass into midfield to Met. She had to squeeze it through, and Hannon really good commanding. Andy taking control as well, just allowing Hannon to get her body in the way. Now Bridie Hannon will come further and further forward and plays it down this left-hand side. Smart will chase, and Smart just can't keep it in. And Borough coach not happy at the attention of Olivia Smart with a little kick away. Olivia Smart's trying to explain it. I mean, she's kicked the ball back across the Borough player, the shoulder bar. It's not an innocent situation for Olivia Smart, but has she really done that much wrong to warrant the reaction of the coaching team? As Leeds will get a free kick.
I think he's obviously frustrated with how his team's performing against Leeds United. Obviously 1 goal down, they don't seem to be much of a threat other than the set pieces. So it's probably just a build-up.
Yeah, it's a situation to monitor for the rest of this game. It might help Leeds to see Borough hot under the collar on that occasion. Bridie Hannon gets possession. She's going to float this forward. Smith wanted it on the edge of the box. Borough head it out towards Woodruff, who will try and control it. She's beaten to it as Borough clear. Only as far as Smith in midfield, who will go for goal. Catherine Smith, she puts plenty of power on it onto the roof of the net, and the Borough keeper had given up on that. She thought it was sailing over. It was dipping and dipping. And Catherine Smith, not too far away from Dublin, Leeds advantage.
Yeah, she's always there to pick up those loose balls, create something of nothing. Obviously she had other options to pass, but she's rightly so taken a shot.
Money, just beware the 16, just be aware.
Yeah, not a bad effort at all. There was simpler passes on as well, so it had to be good before she'd had to apologise to those in front of her. Smart gets hold of possession, tries to fizz it through the gap of the left back part, get it to Ellis. Bartup can't get to it, neither can Smith. And Borough on the attack. Out wide from Marshall, only as far as Bass, who gives a bit of a hospital ball to Witham, but she deals with it.
Yeah, I think the pressure from Witham obviously made the pass not go to Middlesbrough feet, and then Bass was there to support to win the ball back.
Yeah, Borough, risky pass, Woodruff gets to it, takes the player and the ball. Now Bartup gets to, that's not a free kick, the referee is giving it. It's a really good challenge for Laura Bartup. Tall, rangy striker, uses the length of the leg to just hook it round. It's an advantage she's got as a forward to be so strong and physical, and you can see from her face how annoyed she is. She looks perplexed at that call. It was a really good challenge, I thought.
Yeah, I feel like the Middlesbrough player was already going down as well.
You'll need to go, Friday.
Borough centre back will take this latest free kick into the final 10 minutes. We go. Leeds United 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Enjoy a bit of a rest as well, it seems.
Yeah, she did take an awful long time, but it has been quite heavy going for this Borough defence so far. They are there to mop up the pieces of Woodruff. Tries to get in the way. It's a good crisp pass through the middle of midfield and plenty of power behind it. Out towards Met, who goes from right to left. It's a really good curling ball with the outside of the boot, but unfortunately for Borough, Macy Ellis is there. Turns, uses her space. Now can she play the ball into Ellis, who will try and race onto this. Borough keeper's going to come out for it. She'll get to it. Now Ellis will chase it down. That pass just a little bit overhit. So much potential at time from Leeds, and it's one of those days. In midweek it was 4-0. It was they were cruising by this point in that game, and not going their way so far today. But again, the potential is there, the promise is there. That pass is a little short of Macy Ellis is through. It's a one-on-one. She can square it. Sadly, it was just a little bit overhit, Jodie.
Yeah, and I think the offside call from the Middlesbrough defence was obviously in a hope that she was offside.
The pass flies in to stop Dawson, just so successfully, and
Good Friday.
referee pointing across for the goal kicker has something gone Borough's way in the middle of the park. A referee is starting to frustrate the Leeds players. Now, I don't think this is a free kick. I think this is more the fact that maybe Rebecca Bass has said something, and as captain, she should be allowed. Olivia Smart is getting involved. She wants to be careful because she's already upset today's official. Rebecca Bass is telling her to stop backing her up. Of all people, Rebecca Bass doesn't need moral support. She can probably talk for half the team. I mean, obviously Leeds, it's a good sign of the passion and determination, and again the referee is just trying to stamp his authority on the game. It almost seems a little needless, but I mean, again, if the referee thinks he's been spoken to out of turn, he has to put a stamp on it. It's confused me, but it is a goal kick. It's just, again, the fullbacks have said something, but must have loud voices because they were both Smart originally and now Bass were a long way away from the official when they started chelping off.
Yeah, I think he's obviously given them quite a bit of time as well to voice their opinions, when really, you know, in another game you'd probably see a yellow card.
Yeah, I think the next thing then, if they do anything wrong, I think they'll do well to avoid any punishment from the ref. Smith just gets nudged off the ball. Borough coming forward. Bass gets to it first. Smith back to Hamill. Takes her time. Plays it down to Ellis, who flicks it to Bartup. Bartup will now try and return the pass. She will. Ellis races across to get to it. Now she'll try and take it past the defender. She does so. Ellis goes for goal. It's towards the far corner, route for the net. She was trying to square it for Woodruff. The technique wasn't perfect. It's a goal kick, but another high-flying Leeds attack, and still only 1-0.
Yeah, and obviously she had support there, just in case it hit off the post or a defender or goalkeeper got a touch to it. Amy Woodruff was there as well.
Lovely enthusiasm. Right,
not too far away. Not too far away at all.
Who's up?
Ball played out. Borough player flicks on. Smart gets to it. Now races forward. And she hits the Borough player in the face with the ball. It hasn't gone out of play yet. And the referee does the right thing to try and stop for a head injury. And the Borough players just double checking she's okay. It's going to hurt.
Yeah, close proximity there.
And I mean, it hadn't gone out, so the referee is going to give probably the Borough the ball deep in that corner. Refreshments needed for all. Just joining us here on LUTV. It is 1-0 or a bat up from the spots. Would we say? I think a second goal would probably be justified, but I don't think Rick Passmore can be too frustrated. It's been very comfortable so far. I don't want to jinx it with 5 minutes left, but it's a good performance against an unbeaten team.
Yeah, I think we started to keep the ball a lot better. Obviously, delay any Middlesbrough attack high up the pitch, not giving Jen Handy anything to think about. So I think it's definitely a good first half so far.
Yeah, coaching team trying to give out some more instructions as Bass, Bartup, Hannon all in there after speaking to coach Rick Passmore.
So they have it. Right, D, she's dead.
Missy Ellis will make her way out towards right midfield once again. We hope the Borough player down, by the way, who was kicked in the face of the ball, is good to continue. First delay really we've had in proceedings. Just the 1-0 as it currently stands. Leeds next time they're in action, it's not in the league, it is in the Cup away at York City.
Have a look. We need to set early.
Hopefully another good cup run. And speaking before the game, Jodie, you mentioned it right at the start as well. Consistency, I think, is the main thing that you've mentioned, and all the commentary they've done together about learning the lessons from last season. And there has been like an element of a lot more control. It's been helped that Borough haven't really got going so far, but there's been no real sign of panic. And momentum is very, very important at this stage of the season when the game's coming thick and fast.
Yeah, the squad's been strengthened in all areas of the field, so you hopefully can build on that. And obviously, as the games kind of come over and we get those 3 points, you want to build on the consistency throughout the team.
Yeah, fired forward. Hamill gets to it, heads it towards Smith. Smith is going to steer this one wide for Bass. He's got plenty of space to go out there and attack. She will go early with the pass. It wasn't needed. She'll now go down the line to Ellis, and that is overhit. And we've been speaking about how Maisie Ellis's pace is a real issue for Borough, and not even she was going to catch that. Rebecca Bass, a bit desperate on both passes.
Yeah, maybe we can switch it up a little bit and have her come short to feet. Maybe a 1-2 into the space in front, just to kind of delay that. Maybe the over the ball running out or the offside call, just to change it up a little bit.
Woodruff heads up into the sky. She gets it into an awkward area for Borough that they will get the chance to clear, which they do. Good area though for Leeds for have a throw in. Bartup's trying to come short for the ball. Smart should I say. It's a strong challenge from Danby as a 50-50, but Borough player not asking for too much of a intervention from the referee. Brooke Newton straight back up on her feet, although not at 100%.
Yeah, she seems a little bit winded or out of breath.
Just what she needs is Laura Bartup to run at her as Smart takes it away inside, gets it back from Woodruff. Olivia Smart can go for goal, puts power on it, keeper saves, great stop. Down to her right hand side from Kaylee Dunn, one-handed save. Not sure if Laura Bartup's praising the shot or the save herself, but great play. Olivia Smart gets in, shows some bravery. Woodruff with a return pass, but what a tremendous stop that is from the Borough keeper.
Yeah, I think I'd be applauding a bit of both there. It was a great shot and save.
Yeah, I thought Smart had done enough to just find that bottom corner. Sarah Danby, with both arms aloft, looks to float the ball in towards the far post, headed towards goal by Bartup. A handball appeals, nothing given Leeds his way. It's out to Danby again. Great delivery, keeper, good hands once more, and Kelly Dunn takes total control before kicking the ball downfield, and she's kept Middlesbrough in this game. They've offered very little going forward, but two good saves from okay they don't ensure that Leeds' advantage, Jodie, is still only a goal to nil.
Yeah, and I think the handball shout, I don't think she raised her hand. It just seemed to come off her arm if it was a handball.
Yeah, Laura Bartow is a striker though, so she just appeals for anything. It's the striker breed. Got to do it naturally no matter what. As Smith, fantastic first touch towards Ellis with a second one. Now back to Smith, who turns it down the line, rolls it under the studs. Maybe they go again. Ellis into the near post. Bartek goes for goal, in off the crossbar, and it's a fantastic effort offside. What a move from Leeds United Women. And Laura Bartek was wheeling away to celebrate with her teammates that had created everything for her, and the offside flag denies them. Well, that was tremendous.
Yeah, I'd like to see VAR out in here, but obviously they've not done so well in the last couple of games themselves, so it might have been offside.
Yeah, she did seem to be coming backwards rather than attacking, so it could be the right call from the officials, and again at pace, a very difficult job for them to do, as Smith is told by Witham to give the ball sideways, which she does. She will now go over the top looking for Woodruff at left midfield. It'll fall to Bartup, who tries to turn inside. She rises the challenge, still going. Bartup goes for goal power. She's caught on the edge of the box. It'll fall to Woodruff, who steers it somehow to goal, but only into the hands, and Leeds knocking on the door. Still only 1-0.
Yeah, I think when you mentioned on Wednesday night we're already cruising in the game, it just seems to be one of those. At least we got the goal.
A little fortunate maybe that the deflection fell back in her favour, but you make your own luck sometimes in this game, and a very direct run through the heart of defence into stoppage time. We are at the So-Track Stadium. Leeds going for a second before the break. Ellis turns away. Bartlett is too tight to her. She's trying to pull her back, and Ellis will race away, cuts it back. Middlesbrough defence gets there, clears up into the air, and now Rebecca Bass, I think, could have taken her time, but it's a good powerful ball on the line to Witham, and instead goes to Bass. And now Leeds just managing this first half. They were going for the kill, now they're sitting back a little bit, and they'll go long. Woodruff seems to be coming back from offside. Referee looks across, linesman said nothing, and now Woodruff will chase this down. The Borough defence have got work to do. Woodruff still going, still plugging away, and Borough will clear for a throw. Leeds running out of time if they want a second goal before half time. Danby, challenge from behind, potential free kick. Danby rolls it to Smart, and the hard surface at the So-Track Stadium will just continue to make that ball trickle and trickle away. Leeds 1, Middlesbrough 0.
It seems like the fitness is showing on the Leeds United side opposed to Middlesbrough, but obviously Leeds have had a lot more possession.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it from two different points. Leeds have played one more game. In theory, will that make them more tired, but maybe more into a rhythm, more in sync with what they want to do. I think Borough have certainly come across a team that they're going to be up against this season. Leeds the best team they face, as Witham tries to prod it through, looking for Ellis. Not really too far away either. Really cute idea. I thought she was going to go for goal. I think the Borough defence did as well, and that is why she nearly caught them cold, and by surprise headed into the back of hand with that long bobbling bounce, and it's cleared from one end to the other. Bartup, another tremendous turn from her, and she skips away. Back to Smith. It's now to Bass. Bass forward it goes towards Ellis, and Bass will chase it down. She'll put it back into the area towards Woodruff. It'll fall to Danby perhaps, who'll meet it at pace. Danby running forward into the box. She'll cut it back. It won't reach its target of Woodruff. The referee glances at the watch, because that is the end of the first 45 minutes. Leeds United Women 1, Middlesbrough Women 0. The half-time at the So-Track Stadium is Leeds' favour, and hopefully more of the same in the second half, Jodie.
Yeah, I thought it was a very bright first half. Obviously the momentum from Wednesday nights, doing the team really well. I felt it was lots of different options going forward, you know, different kind of playing the ball long, into feet, through midfield. I think it's very bright for them starting there.
Yeah, so fingers crossed, more of the same, plus a few more goals in Leeds' favour. Join myself, Tom Hill and Jodie Hunter for more coverage in around 15 minutes time.
matches on Saturday. Yeah, skilled in that. Faked him into trying to make.
Leeds United.
I just been cursed. Really quick.
Oh, you're great. Give it him then. Eh? I'll be ready for you. isn't it? Take a goal then. Dad?
on over.
Welcome back to LUTV's coverage as Leeds United are just readying themselves for the second half. Leeds United Women 1, Middlesbrough Women 0. Thanks to the boot of Laura Bartup from the penalty spot. Myself, Tom Hill, and Jodie Hunter bringing you all the action. And it is a relatively strong first half. Very little for goalkeeper Jen Handy to do. She was able to command the box from distance. The defenders did their job. The midfield were in control. Leeds really towards the end, Jodie, could have been 3-0 to the good. I think 4 perhaps is a stretch, but the old cliche goes, game of two halves. You can't switch off. You've got to go for the kill in this league and try and beat Middlesbrough, who have won 2 from 2.
Yeah, I think I'd definitely keep the clean sheet over any more goals, but definitely creating so many different opportunities, different players obviously getting in and around the box, having a go. Obviously the one from Catherine Smith, Daniel Witham had a couple, and then Macy Ellis has obviously got on the end of a few balls through to her. So it's very good to see different players.
Yeah, it is free-flowing, wasn't it? It was expansive. They were working in unison all throughout, and we hope that it continues at the start of this second half. Referee gives the go-ahead for Romani Maxwell to get the game back underway. Leeds leading by a single goal to nil, as headed on by Witham up to Bartup, who eventually gets it under control. Really good pass as well to Bass, who had beaten Dawson, didn't realise, went for a second attempt, and Dawson, that'll be a handball, and Bass clears. I think it's going as a throw-in rather than anything else. There's no intention by Bass, and I think the close proximity, they have given the free kick, which is being taken nowhere near where Rebecca Bass was stood. This is a better position for Middlesbrough, not the best officiating to get it in the right spot, but Rebecca Bass perhaps will feel a little unfortunate unless she did try and stick it out the last second. Get Jodie's thoughts in a second. Ball taken in towards the edge of the penalty box. Hannon will head clear. Should that have been a free kick for handball?
I don't feel like it was intentional. Obviously her running to kind of get back. I think it was more of just a ball to hand than anything. Definitely the coach was animated and very upset. He obviously got what he wanted from that call.
Middlesbrough prepare to take their latest corner. They were dangerous from set pieces, but their only real threat they had from open play offered very little. Let's hope from this set piece Leeds can deal with it towards the goalkeeper Handy, who deals with that straight away. Another good strong punch towards Smart, who flicks it clear. Burrow trying to find space. Leeds have all gone for the same ball. Now the shot's going to come in. It is going to be very, very low and lacking power. Jen Handy dives on that as we now get a chance to bring the team. So Handy, Bass, Smart, Hamill, Danby, Smith, Hannon, Bartup, Witham, Ellis and Woodruff, the 11 for Leeds. There's poor clearance out from Handy. Middlesbrough back on the ball into the feet of Simone Laverick, who squeezes it into the gap between the two Leeds defenders. They have got a chance to get to this. Met will play it straight out of play though, as Borough's team is Dunn, Robson, Bartlett, then Abby Robson, Newton, Laverick, Ward, Marshall, Met, Dawson and Maxwell. Bench for Leeds: Elliott, Price, Robson, Humphrey and Underdown. bench with Borough, Foster, Ormond, Hannon and Surgenson. I thought Price did quite well the other night. Jodie coming off the bench and making a really good pass forward for the last Leeds goal and seemed to control that midfield well.
Yeah, I thought she came on, obviously. The touch of the ball she did get in the time she was on. I thought she was very composed. I thought she looked for feet. She obviously didn't try anything too crazy. And I thought she fitted in really well.
Yeah, smart one. The 1-2 from Bartup. She has to chase this down. Her touch only concedes a throw-in, but rather than give Borough an easy clearance, she at least gets in the way. And Borough now have the throw level with a 6-yard box.
Laura, drop and then you can go. No, drop beans that way. Yeah.
Borough with a throw-in down the line. Smith
Where are we? We've dropped off. Drop
towards
off,
Maxwell. Turns away. Brady Hannon just blocks her. Makes sure that she can't get any further progress. But Lee just fall asleep in midfield. Danby expected Smart to step up and she didn't do so. I think the pass was poor more than anything else rather than a lack of awareness. So Lee's just a bit slow to get out of the blocks, but again they were not exactly rampant until the first 5 minutes of the first half, and yet they had 4 or 5 chances to score right at the depth. As here comes Smith taking the game by the scruff of her neck herself. Leeds appeal for the throw and get it. We were discussing at half-time, Jodie, about the depth in the squad. Real options off the bench. We know that it's a real help in this league with the level that Leeds are at, trying to get promotion, trying to compete with the Newcastles of the division, that having a squad where things aren't going your way is so vital. So if it is 1-0, Rick Passmore will feel that his team can come off the bench and make a real difference. As Smith runs straight into the keeper. She does get a touch on that, but it isn't going to be a penalty. But yeah, having options off the bench when you've got games coming thick and fast, of course, these players having to go to work and, you know, they've got other lives rather than just being footballers. It really helps take the pressure off those in the starting 11 as well.
Yeah, obviously it's a balance, isn't it? Obviously to play at this level, being able to be available. Just see Sarah Danby come through the midfield here, keeping the ball.
And flying forward, turns back towards Woodruff. It'll be too far in front of her. It'll be just behind Bartup. Wide it goes. Danby gets back on it. Smart wanted it on the inside. Danby goes down the line. She's pushed to the deck. Referee says nothing wrong, and it's forward to Dawson, who squeezes it out towards the right hand side. The most minimal gap in midfield, and unfortunately for her, Jess Met couldn't get to it, and just threading that ball through. Dawson, we said earlier, she's at half time, she's perhaps the most technical player that Borough have got. For Leeds' perspective, it's to try and stop the service to her. I thought they did a very good job of that in the first 45. To say Borough winning 2 from 2 against Bradford and Chorley. As here now, Leeds United Women with Hannon. Pass deflects off Dawson. Alice with a bit of a sloppy pass back, and now Dawson comes across. Hannon might have to go and pressurise her early. Dawson running forward, trying to use the pace. Hannon will stand her up and then she'll fly into the challenge. Really good defending. I think Bradley Hannon will probably feel she was at fault for the misplaced pass, and she apologises. But a perfect way to make amends there, Jodie.
Yeah, she obviously waited for Dawson to take that extra touch just a little bit wide, and then she used her strength to kind of ensure she was going away from goal. And then she conceded the throw.
Ellis down the right hand side. Bartup takes hold of it. Back it goes towards Witham, who was fouled. Shots eventually comes in, and the Borough player is saying there's nothing wrong with that. It's hope that Danielle Witham's okay, because the contact was late. Surely that's a free kick which has been given.
Yeah, I feel like she obviously went in hard with the tackle there, and obviously it came from a shot. I don't think given a bit more space she wouldn't have had that.
Yeah, fingers crossed she's back on her feet, which she is, albeit with a slight limp, and the referee explained the decision to Newton. Smart is usually the set piece taker from these areas. She goes across to Bass, and now Bass looks further forward, floats it towards the goal. Keeper comes and doesn't get to it, and Leeds will put the pressure on, back inside by Ellis, teed up towards Bartop, who turns away. Bartop trying to find a way to curl it round the wall of Borough players, and she can't get it through. There's a Borough player, I think, down with a slight injury, who'd thrown her body in the way, and Leeds will just walk this ball out. Woodruff was hoping for a throw, and thankfully she got one.
Yeah, looks a little bit close there.
Yeah, very close indeed. And now down the left-hand side, Leeds putting the pressure on. Newton clears up into the air. Taken quickly, it's towards Bartop. Bartop with a back heel over the top towards Woodruff. Offside appeals from the Borough defence. It's an appeal that is heard. And the offside flag has let Leeds down 4 or 5 times today so far, Jodie.
Yeah, I think I wasn't sure if the ball was going to be played there, so I'm not sure if she already offside and she didn't expect that coming through, but we need to be better. The chances that we created, quite a few of them have been offside recently.
Borough forward, Bass jumps to their header, beats Dawson to it, who will chase this down. Hamill's got to be quick to the danger. Catherine Hamill, as she always does, is in the right place at the right time and gets it out of trouble for Leeds. Now it gives Rick Passmore a split second of time to give out some instructions. Borough make their way forward to take the latest throw.
Stay in front. Good. Don't let it turn. Don't let it turn. Press.
Hamill out wide towards Bass. Bass gets to it. Down the line, we'll pass into Ellis. Ellis now racing forward. Turns inside. Ellis has got options. One of those is Bartop. Back to Bass. Free flowing again from Leeds towards the far post. Great ball. Danby towards goalkeeper. Can't save. And Leeds United have a second. Really good work. So many players involved. Bass played a huge role to Ellis, to Bartop, back to Bass. And Sarah Danby with a faint touch, but enough power to get it past the keeper. Leeds United Women 2, Middlesbrough 0.
Yeah, I think it's they didn't go up there, they obviously just keep going. And I think Sarah Danby's face said it all at the end.
Looked like a face of shock, Jodie.
Yeah, I think she just didn't know what else to do. She was just massive smile on her face.
But in terms of the move, the move of the match really was for the first, where Bartop was offside, the volley off the crossbar. That was a really good, but that's just as good. The movement was inch perfect. Everybody was on hand, and Bass put in a great ball into the box. But a great thing for Rick Passmore is the goals being shared around the team. It's not all about Laura Bartop. Last season, on occasions, if Bartop struggled, the team struggled. This year, it seems to be people chipping in left, right, and centre.
Yeah, there's a lot of support in all areas on the field, and you can clearly see that.
Yeah, ball forward, and Borough will concede a free kick, and it's a strong challenge yet again in the middle of the park, and the referee is just trying to check. I think it's Daniel Witham that is in the wars again. Good to see that it's more just an impact injury, and she's able to get back on her feet just as quick.
Ready, Danielle, in and around Laura. In and around Laura, good. Midfield, come and play. Midfield, come and play.
Here is Smart racing forward. So much space for her as well.
Come on, mate.
Quite confusing defending from Borough, really. As Ellis nutmegs the Borough defender, gets in behind, cuts it back. Keeper's there. And the Borough keeper in the first half, Jodie, really had kept her side in the game. She now needs her teammates to help her out. Otherwise, it's going to be a 2-0 defeat or worse.
Yeah, it just seems attack after attack for Leeds. And obviously she did well in the first half to keep it at 1-0.
Yeah, fired forward. Hannon heads clear. It's up towards Woodruff. Woodruff, the ball hits her on the back. She does well to not make the challenge. They are offside anyway, Leeds. So nearly an hour gone. Leeds 2, Middlesbrough 0. A change for Borough. And Haaland is going to be introduced into the game. Abby Haaland.
Win that, ref. Good strike.
We'll soon find out who she's replaced. It's the right time, I think, Jodie, for a sub. They're not in the game. They're struggling. Manager's got to turn to the bench as fast as possible and get something out of this group.
Yeah, maybe some fresh legs for them.
And appears to be number 7, which would be Jess Met. And now makes her way off the pitch. And that should be Dawson that's gone out to the opposite side, which means Haaland will be trying to float around the middle of the attack. So maybe a change in system. Certainly looked like Jess Met that was coming off. So Leeds will have to watch themselves. Can't afford to take their eye off the prize with the sub coming on. Can't afford to switch off. Passmore will hope his team can get a third before this game is done and dusted.
Yeah, I think that last switch where Olivia Smart had bags of space, I think the Middlesbrough defence assumed they were going to go long, which is good to switch it up and obviously keep them on their toes.
Yeah, another offside against Leeds United today. Is that the sloppiness from Leeds or brilliance from Borough?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Obviously we can't see the full pitch here, but it's definitely something that they need to change up quickly, because lots of opportunities wasted with being offside.
Cleared away by Dunn. Headed back by Ellis. Smith holds it forward. Woodruff now tries to get to this ball for Bartup, running through on goal, and the flag again will deny them. You need to get your message across, Jodie. They're not able to hold their line, and so far so good from Borough in that area of the game. Over the top they come. Hannon's got to get there. She does just. It's out to Dawson. It's now Catherine Hamill and Rebecca Bass that are trying to stand their ground, which they will.
That's what it's on your neck.
And Dawson can only win a throw-in, I think, on that far side for Middlesbrough.
I think Hamill and Bass did really well there. Obviously Hamill made sure she kept her away from goal, and then Bass ensured out of play.
Don't get pinned. Keep Bass in front. Keep Bass in front for that one. Bass.
Ball whipped in, edge of the box. Borough coming once more, and Woodruff makes sure there's nothing for them to smart about. Smart to Hannon, and Hannon to Smith, and she will now try and play it forward to Bartup. Again, Leeds working well. That's definitely onside as Woodruff comes forward, and of all the times for Woodruff to just stumble as she's about to kick it long, that was not the time.
No, I think we can maybe look to the pitch a little bit there, but we're obviously seeing it bounce a lot in the first half, so we should be aware of that by now.
Yeah, Borough intercepts Danby. Dawson racing forward, looking for a route to goal. Her teammate fresh off the pitch, Haaland not with it, and the two break down in communication, not what they want to see, and it still leads to Middlesbrough 0. Hour mark gone. When do you think we'll see the first sub, Jodie, for Rick Passmore?
I think if he's happy with the team, might leave it about 5 more minutes or so, but I think it'd be good to see, fresh legs on and see the depth in the squad. I think he's been happy with obviously the players so far, given that he's made some changes into the starting 11, so hopefully we'll see some fresh legs come on.
Yeah, Rebecca Bass gives the ball away. Area of frustration there because she had options down the line to Alish. I think if she'd had the awareness, maybe a shout from a teammate, she could have maybe brought that down, but she tried to go for an ambitious pass forward. We know she got that in a locker. Again there, great interception. She's got Leeds back on the front foot. She played a part in the second goal, so Rebecca Bass only really knows one way of playing, head down and continue to give maximum effort. New skipper for this season as Borough come forward, and now it is with Maxwell. Gets taken off it from Smart, who I can understand now why the Borough coaching staff are quite annoyed at her. I think she won every tackle. She's got forward with real purpose as Ellis will chase this down. Not maximum effort that from Maisie Ellis. The Borough keeper's got some good territory on the clearance. Bass though straight back towards the Borough half. But yeah, Olivia Smart hasn't had the most ambitious game from left back. We know that's one of her real assets, is to get forward, as Rebecca Bass will try and do so here. a real foot race to get across, and Bass just about tried to keep it in. The Borough players had a really awkward fall, and that is one of those that I thought was at first worse than it originally was in the end, but that's a tactic for Leeds, Jodie. 2 pushing full-backs. It's been Rebecca Bass's day so far, but defensively Olivia Smart's been superb.
Yeah, I think obviously the option in the midfield, we've got a few players that can be quite versatile in helping the defence. So obviously the option's going wide if the space allows it, and obviously one of the midfield players can just sit in there just to strengthen that defence if need be. Just shows there's a lot of options in the squad, and the different roles that the players can play.
Yeah, Kaylee Dunn has gone across to get the ball. She's been Borough's best player, kept her team as close to the action as they can before the goals get away from Borough. It's up to Leeds to really hammer that final nail in and hopefully get the 3 points. Smart gets hold of possession. She's always looking across the box to play across towards left-footed Bartup, just volleyed wide, and Laura Bartup, no wonder the crowd rise to their feet and clap behind the goal, because Leeds were hoping they were in. Potential offside flag as well, and Laura Bartup reacting to the cross. And well, Smart is a dual threat, left-footed, right-footed. She's not bothered. Great to see a full-back have that confidence, and she gets into a good area. Bartup again did look like she was going to come back from behind the defence. I think the offside flag was going to deny her anyway, but good to see as we've got changes made by Borough. Emma Foster coming on, but another good chance that, Jodie, for Leeds.
Yeah, I think it's good, obviously. Like you say, Olivia Smart coming down on the overlap for the crossing, and good to see Leeds players on the end of it. It's just unfortunate for an offside call.
There we go, 1-up, everybody round up. And again,
good header from Smith. It's towards Smart.
Stick. Round the corner. Good effort, keep going.
And it goes. Woodruff nearly gets to it. Borough taking plenty of risks. Marshall, number 21, that has been replaced in midfield by Foster.
Ball on it again, Bridie. Madam. Turn.
Woodruff. Out it goes. And it's a really heavy poor pass from Leeds. Bit of a rarity in the final third. So with that overhit, it's normally been that last killer ball, but in the build-up, much better. And so far, Kelly doesn't have to do an awful lot of running in this second half to go retrieve possession. It's just ticking time off the clock. Jodie managing the game quite well, Leeds.
I think so.
Ready again.
Third goal would really put the icing on the cake, though.
Come on with them. Get up, Spuddy. Come on, help.
Ellis wins Leeds a throw.
Yeah, Kathy, time. Leeds, let's get hold of it first.
Catherine Hamill comes across to take with him the closest player inside. Bartup the option down the line. Hamill goes up towards Ellis. Leeds get another throw just further down the pitch at the Sotrac Stadium. Passmore again. He's just trying to ensure his team seal the deal here. A third goal you'd feel would really kill it. Borough, they can get a goal back, will be a lot more confident. Bartup goes to ground. She will get a free kick. Upended by the looks of things by Hannah Robson. And a chance here, Jodie, to flood the box and get bodies in the area.
Yeah, we've not really had much of a threat on a set piece this close, so it'd be good to see what options we have. I know we did a short one here, and obviously Rebecca Bass was looking for it, but we were quick to stop that happening.
Yeah, Danby, left-footed floater to the far post. Bartup heads towards goal. It's wide, frustrated with herself, but there was contact there from Newton. Both players going for it at the same time. Laura Bartup disappointed in the end, but it's a half chance, Jodie. I wouldn't say it's an easy opportunity, this.
Yeah, obviously the ball's got a bit of backspin on it. It's a well-driven ball, but obviously it's hard to just get a flick on from that.
Yeah, Woodruff tries to steer it down the line. It's cleared away by Borough.
Feel round Bridie, good, stay in. Kathy, stay square of the ball to go get it to create space for Laura's
Olivia Smart gets a quick drink on board. Prepares the latest Leeds United throw-in. Down the line she goes. The Bartup spins away, mate. Even have space to shoot. She decides to go around the corner looking for Smith or Woodruff. She misses both. Olivia Smart will get it back again. Such an important target to attack is Laura Bartup, and it is a team game. We're not saying the entire team's built around her, but the attacks, I mean, you've got a powerful striker like she is. The attacks can often be, synced around her. They come off every flick to the two wide players to help out. As Leeds coming forward again with Witham, they're going to give the free kick against Woodruff, much to Bartup's disgust. But she's had another good game today. She's got the penalty, but she's helped so many others in the game as well.
Yeah, she likes to drop in and pick the ball up and obviously have runners come off her, which is great for her game.
Yeah, Borough players on the attack with Maxwell. Smith didn't get goal side, and now she's got to be careful. Into the box they come, Borough, and just one touch too many from them, and running out of wriggle room. And Catherine Smith was the one that was racing back to get there. Didn't deal with it well at first, recovered perfectly well.
Yeah, she just doesn't give up. It's an absolute nightmare to play against.
Okay to play with though?
Oh yes, definitely.
And Danby is down because the ball quite simply smacked her in the stomach. She misread the original flight, and good to see a couple of her teammates are enjoying, in fact, rather than being sympathetic, actually taking the mick out of her.
I think when she stood up, obviously they thought it's okay to have a laugh.
Good impression though, to be fair, from Amy Woodruff. It's exactly what she did. And she's still bent over a little bit, is Sarah Danby, trying to get her breath back as Smart goes down the line. Woodruff will chase. Now can she get a serious head back on, looking inside to Bartup. Handball appeals, cleared away by Borough. Woodruff furious at the referee, and it happened so quickly. The referee was up to play though. We're going to get a replay of it. Get your thoughts here, Jodie. Woodruff comes in. I tell you what, Newton flicks the hand out and then tried to disguise it. I think Woodruff's got a really good point. I think that's a penalty.
Yeah, I think it would be a penalty. I'm not sure how much the liner could see or the referee's point of view, but watching it back, it's very clear.
Yeah, Ellis to Bass, really good first touch. Bass gets round the corner and can now try and swing this ball in. It's low, not enough curl on it. I think Rebecca Bass was more worried about smashing that ball into the stands behind, so she tried to be a lot more careful. Wasn't the worst intention, and it's out of play. Goal kick taken very quickly. Borough certainly confident they can get a goal back if they're quick. Try to catch Leeds out. Passmore side were more than a match for that, as Borough clear and out for a throw. And a good crowd today at Tadcast, the SoTrack Stadium, witnessing hopefully yet another win for Leeds. Will be their third of the campaign.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's obviously good to get 3 points from Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it'll be fourth beating third, so Leeds would go above Borough in the table. Smart looks to have that covered and just plants her feet and instead turns it away and out of play.
Step in, away. Back stick.
Down the line they get. Borough looking for Dawson. It's not going to reach. Cleared out by Danby to Smart. Smart has options in the middle to Smith. The touch a tad heavy. Borough get to it with Bartlett. Back out wide. Smart's got plenty of space and she can take her time with this. She rolls it down the line to Woodruff. Bit too much power. Woodruff will race across to stop Newton, who concedes a throw. Just playing it into the channel there, Jodie. Territory finder, really just turning the Borough defence round, trying to tire them out as Smart has the ball now. Floats across towards Ellis, just over her head. Ellis will now race across the box and the pitch to try and keep it in. So far she's done just that. Ellis against the left back. Oh, great touch from Bass. Now Bass comes across. That's a really strong, powerful challenge from Abby Robson. She gets that wrong. She's in the book. Maybe a penalty. I think Rebecca Bass will be proud of that and should probably give her a handshake at full time. Straight up on her feet, but no nonsense challenge right at the pivotal moment as well.
Yeah, I think obviously it's very clean. Like you say, anything else and it looked like it would be a close penalty. I'm not sure if the connection was in the box or not on the replay, but it's definitely a good tackle.
Hamill. So with them, pass not as strong in that challenge, so now Leeds under pressure. Poor touch from Dawson. Danby gets across. Leeds have got 2 changes readied. Izzy Elliott and Leonie Price. Any ideas you think maybe coming off, Jodie?
Well, Elliott is a defensive player, so it's hard to say who might be coming off for her, but maybe with Olivia Smart's injury, possibly. I know that's where Izzy's played there before, but not too sure about Leonie Price, who she might be coming on for. Maybe a change of formation, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Witham's been in the wars a little bit. Whether they feel she needs wrapping up in cotton wool, I'm not sure. We await to see the change. Dawson off for Borough. So Jess Dawson makes way for Katie Ormerod. Ormerod, should I say? Headed away by Hannon, a powerful one as well. Danby and Witham in midfield. Danby gets to the header, and again Smith just not as strong in the challenge. The Borough player did have goal side advantage. Ormerod skips away as Woodruff blocks her route towards the Leeds box. Smart down the line to Bartup, who's looking back up the line for help. She will keep it. Bartup backheels it down the line to Smart. It's another good support play from Leeds. Smart across the face of goal. It will be a corner to Leeds. And more good link-up play from the home side, Jodie.
Yeah, it's really positive. Obviously, we just keep coming with those attacks, and Middlesbrough just can't keep up with it at the moment.
Olivia Smart will readjust that wrist tape as Danby is tasked with taking this latest corner for Leeds United. 2-0 they lead Leeds United Women at the SoTrack Stadium. We hope it's a lead they can build on. Clean sheet will be fantastic. It'll be 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. Just the 1 defeat. Ball into Hamill. It'll come to the edge of the box. It's attacked. Bartup goes for it. Hamill tries to get there. Tees it back up to Witham, who will spread it wide to Danby. First touch has to be good. It allows her to cross the ball. Back inside header. And it's flicked up by Woodruff. Keeper gets to it. I think the offside flag might have denied them in the build-up. There's a player down anyway. And it's all going to come to a halt as the Borough player is going to be allowed time to get to her feet. But carnage back there. Another good set piece for Leeds. And they've matched Borough for set piece threat, Jodie. They're a taller team, but Leeds have certainly won that argument so far.
Yeah, it must have been an offside call because the player down. Obviously, there was no contact such from a Leeds player. Foul.
Sub-referee, please. What number 8 wants to do a 12?
Sub confirmed is Woodruff. For Elliott, I think maybe Smart goes further forward.
Yeah, possibly.
Played well as Woodruff. Maybe deserved more than she's got. Elliott goes to left back. And
Winners again, wide. Winners again.
Next change has not been made. So Smart sets off. So just as she thinks she's running off at left back, Smith sends her on away from left midfield. She gets there as well. She's just going to wait as long as possible before playing it in. I think she was just waiting to get the deflection, which doesn't come. Instead, played out for a goal kick, and now it will be Kaylee Dunn that can take the latest Borough goal kick. One of the best keepers I think we've seen at this level, personally, Kaylee Dunn. Great power from goal kicks, tremendous save in the first half. As Ellis comes to Bartup, she might wait for a return pass. Bartup was trying to twist and turn. She's going to go for goal. Left-footed, takes a deflection. Dunn sees it all the way and gets her body behind it and ensures that it stays at 2-0.
Drop in, Macy. Deep. Drop in. Headers on you, Bass. Win the header before.
Good link up again, Jodie.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she wanted Macy Ellis to take that there. But obviously, she took the defender away. Gives her a chance to get a shot off there.
Down the line that ball goes, and Passmore giving out further instructions to the right hand side of his team. One back by Smith. Ellis flipped away by Borough. Essentially pass forward from Witham. cannot keep that ball in play. Smith with another header, not that she knew much about it. Witham wins it back. Ellis. Smith can't get to it. Bass gets across. The midfield three, I think, has worked so well together. The midfielders, Witham, Smith, Danby. It'll be hard for others to break through that, but again, we know injuries can play their part. Form is, of course, is temporary. And while the momentum is on Leeds' side, we've got to try and ride the wave with it, but they seem to work very well. It's not as defensive as it could be, though. I mean, tougher games, a more holding approach, I think, will be used as Borough come on the attack. They flick it on the inside, and there is Witham to get back with her energy to help out, as now Hannon will take over. Get a nosebleed if she runs any further forward, Bridie Hannon, but she's stopped in her track. Smith comes across to help her out, and Jodie Hunter in the first half was whacked in Liverpool about Catherine Smith's hard work. He did it again in the start of the second. I think we've seen why. The minute her teammate loses the ball, she throws herself into the challenge to win it back, and I think you're right. You would hate to play against her.
Yeah, she just does not give up. She's just always there in your face, always just wanting that ball.
Yeah, Olivia Smart chases what in the end is a lost cause.
Laura, drop 10, play blue, stay, defenders, start higher a little bit, then drop, start higher.
And we await yet another goal kick, high hanging ball. And Borough don't touch it in midfield. They've just fallen asleep again, Borough. They're looking like they're struggling for momentum. Been a hard day at the office when you've been playing for nearly 80 minutes and you've not forced a save out of the keeper.
Yeah, we've not got much out of the game other than a few corners in the first half. Not really got back into it as such.
Yeah, pass to the far post. It's towards Smart, who will latch onto that crossfield ball. Lays it to Danby. Danby takes it in her stride and now will try and cross it in. Defection behind for a corner. And Leeds' advantage continues. I don't think Danielle Witham is at 100% as she looks across to the touchline. I thought she might be the change earlier, but it hasn't come just yet. And she was limping in the last game I watched her. Puts her body in the line for the cause.
She's had quite a few knocks, but she seems to just keep getting up.
Manager's choice maybe to put her out of her misery and make sure she can get wrapped up for the cup outing against York next week. Header was attempted by Hamill, beaten to it. Witham was limping in the build-up. She's not limping there. Smart rolls it to Danby quite simply. Borough have fallen asleep once again. Danby goes across goal. Keeper palms it towards Hamill. Borough will clear. And it's out to Smart once more. Floated in, looking for Bartup. She can't bring it under control. Borough with Maxwell gets away. And now on the attack. Rebecca Bass cancels any momentum they've got with the ball over the top. Not the player that Borough want to see onto it is Ellis, though. She races away. Now can she dribble away past the marker? She can. She crosses it in. A tame cross. Really bad communication because Abby Robson flies across and just gives Leeds a free corner when the keeper was about to mop up.
Yeah, it's obviously just a miscommunication, like you said. Keeper wants that in their hands to reset play, and obviously it's come out for a Leeds United corner.
Sarah Danby to take. Well, she has taken most of these corners today. So one on the edge of the box. I think it is with him just trying to run off the latest injury. Danby goes to Witham. Doesn't get there. It'll fall to the edge of the box. Hamill knocks it back for Smart. Smart might even go for goal. She will. Down the throat of Dunn. And too easy for the Borough keeper.
I'm not sure if it was a bit of acting there, but it looked like Daniel Witham wasn't sure it was coming to her there.
Yeah, acting, the injury was worse than it feared, so Borough maybe perhaps didn't expect it. As you say though, Jodie, she didn't realise, or she certainly didn't gesture that way as Smart goes over the top for Bartup, who will keep it in. Only just though, back up the line to Danby. Danby, Borough's defence moaning at each other as Danby glides forward. She tried to curl it into the corner and she gets caught in two lines to Ellis. I think it's the former, and that is why she's apologised to everybody on her inside. Less than 10 minutes to go. Surprised we've not seen another sub.
Yeah, obviously we saw them both getting ready, and obviously they just made the one with Izzy Elliott coming on at left back.
Win the headers!
Smart misses the header. Elliott, who's barely had a touch, now goes and gets one to win it back. Down the line to Smart, who will win a free kick for Leeds.
Kathy Hamill,
Really has not been Borough's day today.
Is he staying just as a flat?
Yeah, you pointed out obviously the frustration, kind of getting on at each other, a little bit of miscommunication. Doesn't help when you're 2-0 down.
Bradley Hannon prepares the latest free kick. 7 minutes of normal time remaining. Floated ball forward, and the keeper, easy as you like, under control. Dunn clears up into Leeds' half. Danby nowhere near in the middle, because Bass heads it to herself on 2 occasions. I thought the second header was going to go sideways, but it goes forwards. Borough on the attack, and Borough's Abby Harland has done more in the first. So it's actually Ormerod, should I say. Her trickery has been the main impressive thing off the bench. She prods it forward, can't get there. Borough players gather. It is with Maxwell. Nearly falls to Borough on the edge of the box. It's the highest at the pitch they've been for nearly 25-30 minutes. But yeah, Ormerod has shown glimpses of some real trickery. You wonder perhaps in the next game she would start as Borough mop up.
Yeah, she obviously shown a little bit of technical work there. The twice that I've seen her on the ball. Looks quite promising, but obviously she's just not had much time to do much with it. And obviously Leeds United are obviously making sure she doesn't get much more time.
Yeah, Smith towards Ellis. Try and use her speed and strength. She gets past her marker and she's off on her way. But again, a really strong challenge from the number 2, who goes in for another time, and with them is going to get even more discomfort. They're going to get a free kick. Abby Robson appears to only know one way of playing football. It's at 100%. Really mean sort of streak in defence. Great to see as well, because they're all legitimate challenges. There's no malice in it, Jodie. I'm quite happy that we're sat well away from her though.
Yeah, as an attacker, obviously once you put a couple of tackles in against someone, it does make you think twice about going in to those 50-50 balls with someone like that.
Bartlett, tired pass, apologises, will then knock it back inside to Smart, who will race forward. Lever Smart tries to go back and feed the ball through. Laura Bartlett was never going to get to that, as she has got every right to look tired once more. She's just ran the channel all day with them. Borough player goes to ground with a strong challenge. No head injury, which is good to see, as Bass comes forward down the line to Ellis, who lets it go. That might be a decision that she regrets. It is a decision that she regrets. She needs to wait for October, November at the So Track Stadium. That ball will stay just where it was.
Yeah. She's obviously new to the ground.
She'll learn. As Daniel Witham is going to high-five Leonie Price. And Leonie Price will make her way onto the field of play, and she's once again been a really creative midfielder, Danielle Witham. We know that Price has got an eye for a pass herself, so it's a change I think we'll see throughout the season, and of course it could be the other way around. Price might get the chance to start and Witham off the bench as an impact player.
Yeah, she's definitely promising from what I've seen.
Header forward, Bartlett gets goal side, not where Borough need her. She's going to go for goal. I think there's a free kick in the build-up. Bartlett smashes the ball over the top, and there's confusion. Bartlett is going to get carded, I think, for this, and very little in it. I think the card is for the booting of the ball away. She wasn't shocked the free kick had come. She's shocked that the card was shown, and there is the yellow card for Laura Bartlett. She's not happy. She's not got a good poker face, so she gets in behind, perhaps offside flag that's gone against her. Great finish. She's still a lot happier than she was for that challenge she put in the first half. That was an absolute belter. Becca Bass flies in with a challenge and wins it back. Goes down the line. Too far in front into the final few minutes. We've got a player of the match, Jodie, to get your vote today.
I think Catherine Smith, for me, just being that kind of in the shadows, picking up pieces, supporting players, getting the ball, winning it back. just constant.
Go with the running, Izzy.
Yeah, she's not had perhaps the best game to shine, has she, in the final third with the passes or the shots. She's had really good effort in the first half, but as you say, defensively she's worked really hard for Leeds today, as she always does. And she's made sure that the defence might have one of the easiest days at the office this season. Jen Handy will certainly feel that way as Leeds give away a free kick. It's in a position at least that they have to be worried about. We're only 2 minutes left of normal time. Leeds really can't afford to concede here, as Price and Bartup will form the wall. I think mainly Bartup will try and block it. There's going to be a two-person wall. Bartup, you'd feel, probably should be back there to defend. She's gone the opposite side. I wonder if that would be something they change quickly enough. Laura Bartup, ideally, should mark up in the middle. They are spotting that. Rick Passmore has given the instruction out, so great vision. Bartup now just going to try and stand and absorb any cross. It's a pretty dangerous one in terms of a high boot, but Leeds get away with it. Down the line from Danby, it won't reach target one, which I think was Price. She'll get a second chance to play it, and Smart gets to it. She flies in. That'll be a free kick to Borough. Smart can have no complaints, and I think the referee might consider a card. It was certainly strong enough, considering the pocket. A minute and 15 to go of normal time. There's plenty of stoppage time played in the first half.
Don't go too far over, pass her
I think Newton's done quite well to keep quite a few of the Leeds attack at bay. Quite a few last-ditch tackles, but not enough to keep the 2 goals out.
Headed forward by Elliott. Missed in midfield. Bartup looking for Smart. Just needs to be a little bit stronger, and Smart was away. Danby gets to it. It's gone very scrappy for Borough in the second half. Smart races into the challenge. She gets there. Leeds trying to get to it with Bartup. Bartup pokes it clear, wrestles it free. Now trying to run forward. Bartup with power, flicks it out wide to Ellis. Ellis running into the box. Can she keep her composure? The flag has gone up against Leeds in frustration. I've lost count of how many times that flag has gone up. The linesman's earned his money today. There is no doubt about that.
It's a shame, I think. Maybe just the excitement, obviously, getting the ball across. But I think with her pace, she doesn't obviously need to be offside, but it definitely does look quite a close call.
Yeah, it is with Hamill, who again had a quiet day at the office because defensively Leeds have had very little to do, but what she's had to do has been on the money. Danby towards Elliott, down the line to Smith. Smith to Smart, looking for Bartup too far in front. Into stoppage time we go. So Leeds in the cup next time out. York, the opposition.
New to the league.
Chance for another local team to impress. Jodie, you'll be hoping to be continuing training, getting back out there as fast as possible, I'm sure.
Yeah, and obviously we had quite a good cup run. I know it saw us have a big break in the league play last season, so hopefully it doesn't, give too much of a up and down in and out of the league as such. Just to keep that league going.
Yeah, the form of the league is so important, isn't it? I think that possibly one of the reasons why the team stagnated a bit last season. The table seemed to be third forever. As Bass floats it in, Dunn will get to it. Smart chases this one down now, and it is with Sarah Bartlett that she's battling and dueling away with, and it's cleared out to the far side for a Borough throw. Stoppage time remaining at the So-Track Stadium. Elliott heads clear towards Smart. Down the line she goes, but can't find a white shirt. Borough will clear, hits the back of Olivia Smart, I think even herself being maybe played into player of the match contention.
Also telling the players where to go for the throw-in.
Yeah, she's certainly given her opinion out today. Elliott with a strong header. She was great against Stockport, was Elliott at left back. Comes back into the team off the bench today. 2 challenges, 2 victories for her.
She's been very strong this season. And I think it's still in a place in this squad is obviously something that she's done very well.
You just said as well about having that squad, having the options. So important for Leeds. Rick Passmore in particular. Can't have any weaknesses when certain first team members are out. Got to step up and come into the game. Middlesbrough on the attack. Bridie Hannon slides across. Inch perfect tackle. Price then stands her ground. She's wrestling away. Borough try and go back for the second time of asking. Bridie Hannon gives away a free kick. She gets to the ball. She smacks the floor in frustration. And I think Bridie Hannon is desperately unlucky there. Borough have a free kick, which we hope is the last action of the game, but she seemed to do very little. Jodie, or do you sympathise with the ref?
I'm not sure.
I mean, that free kick's not there either.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call is, because obviously it's definitely not in that position where the ref placed the ball. If it's against Bridie Hannon.
Yeah, Bridie Hannon, the player was nowhere near that, who was on the floor underneath the legs of Hannon.
Ready again? You need 4. Get Izzy on it.
So Borough stood over this. I think it was Brooke Newton that was trying to pick her spot.
Right, shot coming, just go ready. There we go.
She's going to go for goal, and he deals with it, catches it with ease, takes her time, and just rolls on the ball. Rebecca Bass will give her a little pat on the back for her professionalism, and rolls it out. Only a young keeper, learning her trade at this level, and she's looking well and truly like she belongs as Ellis gets it down the line, keeps it in. Like it just could have gone out. That Ellis still going, but a player goes to ground. Ellis still on the ball, swings the ball in. Bartup, there she is. Oh, defender somehow Newton gets to it. Bartup flies in. It's going to be a real scrap on the deck. Borough get it clear, and somehow it isn't a third goal for Leeds United. It's going to be a free kick to Borough for what I'm not sure. But do we say it was fortunate defending? You've got to praise the defender, I think, for the last little bit of a flick of the left leg.
Yeah, it seems like it just sticks to the foot. A perfect spot.
Yeah, it could not have been any better. It's a good job Bartek doesn't follow through.
Yeah, because then
it would have been very interesting to see if that foot was still attached. Laura Bartup is off, and Queenshaw Underdown is on, so the main focal point of the attack is gone. Unless Underdown is just going to apply her trade. I mean, I saw her score some cracking goals from distance last season, so maybe we've unearthed a new gem in the centre forward position. I think this is just to see the game out and make sure Bartup gets her round of applause, to be honest, as Bass gets to the ball, kicks it long downfield. She's going to try and race after this. She's unlucky. She was going to get to it had it not trickled out. And the Borough players see this one into the 95th minute, now the 96th minute of stoppage time. Clean sheet is nearly there. Real confidence boost, Jodie?
Yeah, obviously two goals, 2 games back to back. Sorry, both clean sheets as of right now. Obviously, exactly what you want. Catherine Smith's here to ensure that waste enough time.
As we say that, the curtain, really. She kicks it out, and that is the full-time whistle. To waste time was her objective, and the objective today was to win, and Leeds United Women have done that by 2-0 in the FA Women's National League North. Danby putting the icing on the cake with a toe-poked effort into the net. Bartup's 19th minute penalty after she was fouled in the area ensures that Middlesbrough are beaten by 2-0. So their unbeaten start is ended by Leeds United, who climb above them in the table. They go level on points with Barnsley at the top, and they're up against York next time out in the Cup. Thanks again, Jodie, for joining us here on LUTV. We'll be back with more coverage later in the week.
Went so quick that today. Really quick. Yeah, come on. Yeah.